Hi dear students, welcome to Business Studies class. Today we are going to start our second chapter, that is Principles of Management. So according to new syllabus, this chapter carries 9 marks along with practical oriented questions. Now let's start this chapter. So in this video we are going to see about the two content. One is introduction of this chapter and second one nature of principles of management, or you can call characteristics or features of principles of management. So before that, see what is a principle. Now already all of you know what is management. Okay, so what is a management? Management is group activity where each person performing different tasks effectively and efficiently for the same goal, or you can call organizational goal. Okay, so I hope already all of you cleared about what is the definition of management. Once again, I am clearing it. Management is a group activity. Okay, so each within that group, n number of persons are there. Okay, so n number of persons performing different tasks effectively and efficiently to whom? Why they are performing this task? For the same goal, or you can call for the organizational goal. Now let's see what is a principle. So you can call principle means rules, or rules for good behavior, or general laws or guidelines how to behave, how to do this activity. So normally we can call which are the rules. For rules we can call the principles. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to see which are the rules described for manager, for management process to perform the good task in the organization. So in this chapter we are going to see the detailed things which are the rules, regulation or principles made by the management thinkers to managers. Okay, so in science, how the number of scientists describe the laws or principles for science. Similarly, for management also, number of management scientists, or you can call management thinkers, describe the rules or principles or guidelines to manager, while because while doing management process a number of problems are arises. That time these rules are going to helpful to manager to solve these problems. In this chapter we are going to do the study of contribution of F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol, who are the management thinkers. Both are contributed for study of management. Before that we are going to study the concept and nature of principles of management. Let's start. Okay, so principles means principle is a fundamental statement of truth that provides guidance to thought and action. Just I told what is a principle. In short, you can call rules for behavior or general guidelines to manager to take while doing any action, or while taking any decision. Means these are the statement which provides the guidance to manager while doing any action, or thought and action while doing any decision. Okay, so what is the principles of management? So what is the principles of management? Principles of management are broad and general guidelines for managerial decision making and behavior. Means what? In principles of management, these are the guidelines, means these are the truth, these are the statements made for a manager. For what purpose? For to take a decision purpose, any kind of decision regarding to the management process, and for behavior of employees also, and behavior of manager also. So these rules are under the guidance of these principles. Okay, so that means they guide the practice of management. I hope you cleared these things. Means what are these principles? Principles means just rules, regulations made for employer and employees also, means made for employees also, worker also, and manager also. Okay, so now let's see what are the nature of principles of management, or you can call features of principles of management. So total 7 features are there. We are going to see one by one. So just I will read the content. Universal accessibility, applicability, general guidelines, formed by practice and experimentation. Next, flexibility, mainly behavioral, and cause and effect relationship, and contingent. Okay, so let's see one by one. So universal applicability means what? That is, they can be applied in all type of organization, business as well as non-business, small as well as large enterprises. Means what? These rules, regulation, or what are these principles of managements are there, no, we can apply everywhere. Means we can apply in India also, we can apply in China also, we can apply in Japan also, we can apply in, if business is small, if business is large, that not the matter, at every business organization we can apply these rules. So that is the first nature, that is the universal applicability. Okay, so second is general guidelines. So general guidelines means what? They are general guidelines to action and decision making. However, they do not provide ready-made solution, as the business environment is ever changing or dynamic. Means what? These rules regulation are general guidelines to take decision, but these are not giving any ready-made solution there. You have to find the solution for the problem by taking help of these rules. Okay, it is not going to provide the ready-made solution. Why it is not going to provide ready-made solution? Because business environment, it is changing every time. So if the problem is same in India, it is that problem, it is going to differ in different country. Okay, so it is not going to provide any ready made solution there. So according to rules, you have to take a decision. Means what are the rules made by these thinkers? No, these are not given any ready made solution. You have to solve these problems with help of these principles. Okay, so next one, formed by practice and experimentation. So these rules are basically formed with the practice of managers, and if all the managers going to facing the same problem, so that time they are going to describe one principle or statement. Means they are developed after uh, uh, thorough research work on the basis of experience of managers. Means these rules are made with the experience of managers. Okay, so that is formed by practice and experimentation. Means what? These rules are not blindly made, these rules are made with the experience of managers. Okay, so next one, flexible. So what is the flexible? Which can be adapted and modified by the practicing manager as per the demand of the situation, as they are man-made principles. Means what? These rules are made by man only. Means these rules are, we can change according to our situation. Means flexible, we can change within that rule. Means suppose you can take example, normally the principle about time, it is for 8 hour is a working hour, but for any organization, but it in reality, some companies are running for 7 hours, some 9 hour, 10 hour, some companies are running also 24 hours also. So in shift wise. Okay, so means we can change these rules according to our comfort zone. Means these rules are there, but we can change according to our flexibility. Okay, so next one, mainly behavioral. Means what? Since the principles aim at influencing complex human behavior, they are a behavioral in nature. So what it means behavioral in nature means what? These rules are made by person for another persons. Okay, so these are not rules made for any animals or any materials. These rules are made for human being only. Okay, so person to person are going, things are going to be changed, behavior of each person are going to be changed there. Okay, so mainly behavioral. If one rule is there, so that rule may be affected one person different way, that rule affected another person different way. Means according to that person behavior, the rules are going to be changed, or what you can call, these means these rules are made to guide the employer and managers. Means what? Mainly behavioral, it depend upon the behavior of human being. Okay, so next one, cause on effect relationship. So what is a cause on effect relationship? they intend to establish a relationship between cause and effect so that they can be used in similar situation. Okay, so what is a cause and effect relationship? You can shortly take an example. If you didn't brush your teeth, cavity is going to cut your teeth, means cause and effect already we know. So cavity is going to cut on your teeth, that is a cause and effect relationship. But we know general guidelines, if you didn't brush our teeth, that if damage of teeth it is there, so that is a cause and effect. But if you are daily brushing your teeth, then also cavity is there, means what, it is different way, means cause and effect. So one rule, it may be affected same way or different way also. So that is a cause and effect relationship. Next one, contingent. Contingent means their applicability depends upon the prevailing situation at a particular point of time. The application has to be changed as per the situation. So what is mean contingent? Means application can be changed according to the situation. Means you can call, suppose one example is there, uh, you should give a good quality of material, okay, to your customer. Okay, so good quality means actual what? So good quality means actual what, it defined by a number of factors, is it right? When choosing, otherwise you can call, you should give a fair bonus or a fair salary to your employees. Okay, so fair salary means how much? 1 lakh per month, is it okay? No. So fair means how much? So fair means, to define that fair, n number of factors are there, that is a contingent. Okay, so I hope you understood up to this much. So for today's class this is enough. Thank you, bye bye, take care.